What's up guys, I'm BTC. Lunar New Year achievements accidentally were included in the recent patch, and Hero number 30 hints look like they were included as well. Capture the Flag was added the first time we had the Lunar New Year. The following year, they brought it back, expanded on it a little, and then they also changed the rules. We know from leaked achievements that we had on the PTR that the Capture the Flag is going to be a big part of this year's Lunar New Year, but it seems that the achievements were accidentally included on the live version of the game with this new Ana Challenge update that we just got. So if you go into one of the Capture the Flag games, which is currently available in the arcade, you can get the achievements, but you don't get the reward yet because the spray for it isn't actually in the game because we weren't supposed to access that achievement. So you can unlock both of them right now, and I anticipate as soon as the Lunar New Year event launches, you would immediately get the sprays for both of those achievements. The other much bigger thing that very well might have been accidentally included with this patch appears to be the head of an Omnic or possibly some kind of an android. This is only visible on the hero gallery when you're using certain highlight intros, and that's because the camera has to move around. If you just go to the hero gallery and you try to look, then you're not going to see anything. You have to use those highlight intros. So I've included a bunch of them that show some really good angles and some nice clear footage of what you can see, those giant kind of Omnic or android heads that seem to be on both the left and the right side of this area. Now, something else to notice is that the normal robot kind of chassis that are there, the ones that are similar to what Echo and Richter and what we thought was going to be Athena and all that stuff, those are gone from the hero gallery. So you can see that it's not there on the back left. So those are gone, but the giant Omnic heads are there. Now, if those look familiar, it's because they match some of the artwork from the very, very earliest beginnings of the game. So this picture right here, you can see at the top it says Prometheus. That's when the game was originally called, like its code name was Prometheus. So this is a super old picture. By the way, people always bring it up. The giant red kind of Omnic guy in the middle, that's actually Reinhardt. His name at the time was Wildebeest, and they ended up changing it into Reinhardt, so that's what that character became. But we're not talking about him. We're looking at this character right here, and if you notice, it matches the giant heads that you can see on the hero gallery in Temple of Anubis almost perfectly. So if you go into the game and you try to look around, those things are not there. It looks the same. So my guess is that what we're looking at for this hero gallery is a different version of the map that will likely be released at some point in the future. Probably fairly soon, considering it's already there. Now, we did get an update on Temple of Anubis not too long ago, and they added some extra stuff like the wanted posters for Ana and like the Helix stuff on the big machines and all that sort of stuff. So they updated it not too long ago, and they did not include these giant Omnic heads or android heads or whatever they were. So if they're going to update it again, then they're going to do it for a very specific reason, and it's probably to drop those hints. So if we see this at some point, like maybe when the Lunar New Year comes around, the next time there's a really big patch or whatever, and all of a sudden Temple of Anubis gets updated with this stuff, I think that's going to be a very good indicator that it's hinting at something. And I think that because this event included the new stuff, that's why we kind of saw it a little bit ahead of schedule, would be my guess. Now, as far as what kind of a character is this going to be, well, like I said, he looks more like an android rather than just like a full-on Omnic. So I know there's like not too much differentiating those two, like an Omnic and an android. They're both artificial life forms and stuff. But the android is meant to look more like a human, whereas the Omnics are meant to look more robotic kind of deal, right? And I would assume that this guy is going to be a tank. Now, I've looked through all of the other artwork and some of the really old alpha stuff that I had, and I couldn't find any other images of this character or any information for the abilities and stuff because we had that giant page that had all the potential characters and some of their abilities. Couldn't find anything. This is all I saw of this character, but why would they include this in the map if they don't intend on using it? Also, keep in mind that Jeff Kaplan did acknowledge that there is a shortage of tanks and healers in the game, and we can likely expect that the next character is going to be a tank or a healer, And if this is a hint, now I'm not saying it's definitely Hero 30 or anything, it could be like 30 or 31, because they do sometimes kind of punt this stuff a little bit far down the road. They put something in, and people get hyped about it, and then they forget, and then all of a sudden, 5 months later, it's like, oh, hey, here, remember that thing? Here you go. And it kind of all pans out. So they do kind of plan this stuff pretty far in advance when it comes to the character release schedule. So what do you guys think? New hero, and if so, what kind, and what's he gonna do? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Also, come hang out in my Discord server and my Twitch live stream. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see what kind of cool VIP rewards you can get, check the links down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.